If there's one underground secret that master gardeners swear by, it's this: earthworms adore cover crops. Before we crown a winner, we need to understand what earthworms are really after. These underground heroes crave organic matter, but not just any kind. They look for roots that exude natural sugars, decaying plant tissue that's easy to digest, and soil that's moist, yet aerated. Alfalfa and clover both tick these boxes, but each in its own unique way. The more roots you give worms to munch on and tunnels to wiggle through, the more they'll multiply and improve your garden from below. Healthy soil full of worms doesn't just mean fluffier beds, it means richer composting, stronger root systems, and better water retention. In short, when worms thrive, everything in your garden thrives. That's why knowing the subtle differences between alfalfa and clover can completely change how you manage your soil health. Alfalfa, often called the queen of forages, has an extraordinary ability to reach deep into the earth. Its taproot can stretch down as far as 15 feet, pulling up nutrients that other plants can't reach. For gardeners, that means one thing: natural mineral mining. Alfalfa roots extract calcium, magnesium, and potassium from deep soil layers, depositing them back at the surface when the plant decomposes. Earthworms absolutely love alfalfa residue because it's soft, protein-rich, and breaks down quickly. When you chop it down and till it lightly into the soil, it becomes an instant feast. The decomposing roots leave behind tunnels that improve drainage and aeration, perfect worm habitat. But that's not all. Alfalfa is a legume, meaning it forms symbiotic relationships with nitrogen-fixing bacteria in its roots. This process adds natural nitrogen to your soil, the kind of slow-release fertilizer that worms and plants both appreciate. For gardeners who want to supercharge their worm population, a simple alfalfa tea works wonders. Here's the exact recipe: 1 cup of alfalfa meal or pellets, 5 liters, that's about 1.3 gallons, of non-chlorinated water. Let it steep for 24 to 36 hours, stirring occasionally, then strain and apply around plants or over your compost pile. This gentle nutrient brew draws worms to the surface while feeding beneficial microbes, a double win for soil health. Clover, on the other hand, plays a different game. Where alfalfa goes deep, clover spreads wide. Its fine, fibrous root network forms a dense mat near the surface, creating a soft, cool habitat that worms adore. The shallow roots exude sugars that nourish beneficial bacteria, and those bacteria, in turn, feed the worms. Clover doesn't just attract earthworms, it protects the soil. Its thick canopy shades out weeds, keeps soil moist, and prevents erosion. This makes it especially valuable for gardeners who want to maintain living mulch through the growing season. There are several types of clover, but for worm-friendly gardening, red clover and white clover are the best. White clover, in particular, forms a low-growing carpet that can stay green even in cooler months. When mowed or trimmed, its clippings act as instant worm food. Breaking by clover brocking door unpiped rapidly and adding organic matter right where it's needed most. Clover is also a nitrogen fixer, enriching the topsoil layer where most plant roots and earthworms are active. Over time, this nitrogen enrichment helps loosen compacted soil naturally, creating a stable, moist environment that earthworms can thrive in all year long. If you're wondering which of these two cover crops deserves a place in your garden, the answer depends on your soil's personality and your goals. Alfalfa is ideal for deep, well-drained soils and long-term soil rebuilding. It shines when you need to break up hardpan layers, pull up deep nutrients, or give a struggling bed new life. Because of its deep roots, it's not great for shallow or clay-heavy soils, but where it thrives, it transforms the soil structure like nothing else. Now clover, in contrast, is just perfect for those moist, compact, or even shallow soils. It works beautifully in pathways, around fruit trees, or as a green mulch under vegetables. It's easier to establish and maintain, especially in small gardens or raised beds. Earthworms, they really prefer clover's soft, consistent cover when they're near the surface, while alfalfa, well, it attracts them deeper down. Together, these two create quite the dream team. alfalfa feeding from below, clover nurturing from above. Here's where the magic happens, folks, use both. By combining alfalfa and clover in a rotation or mixed cover crop system, you can create a multi-layered habitat that keeps those worms happy from top to bottom. Start by planting alfalfa in early spring and let it grow for a season. Its deep roots will aerate and enrich your soil. When you cut it down, mix the chopped greens lightly into the soil. Then, overseed with clover immediately after. The clover will take over as a living mulch, feeding the surface soil while maintaining moisture. Within weeks, you'll notice the difference: darker, crumbly soil, and more worm castings scattered across your garden beds. That's the earthworm seal of approval. To an earthworm, alfalfa means rich protein and deep-rooted snacks. Clover means a soft, cool home filled with constant food. Both play vital roles, and together they create a self-sustaining soil ecosystem. This is why, a lot of regenerative gardeners call the alfalfa-clover combo the living compost system. It's because it turns your entire garden bed into an active worm farm, and you don't even have to lift a shovel. So, which one should you plant? If your garden soil is dry, lifeless, or compacted, start with alfalfa to loosen it and draw nutrients upward. But if you want low-maintenance coverage that keeps the worms close and the weeds away, go for clover. But, honestly, if you're after the ultimate result, rich, dark, worm-filled soil, combine both, and just let nature do the rest. Earthworms are the silent architects of soil health, and when you give them a home filled with alfalfa's depth and clover's cover, they'll repay you in the best way possible by transforming your soil into a living, breathing masterpiece. If you found this guide helpful, don't forget to subscribe to Master Gardener, give the video a thumbs up, and share it with fellow gardeners who love uncovering nature's hidden secrets. Because, great soil isn't built overnight, it's built by the tiny workers we feed every day.